You are Locked On Texas Tech, your daily podcast on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Where some could make an argument, biggest game of the regular season is now in your rear view. There are a lot of implications for it. Of course, not a make or break necessarily scenario in the Big 12 conference, but top 20 matchup on the road, yada, yada, yada. You get all that. Now we're looking ahead as you dispatch of Utah. They're out of the top 25. You're looking ahead to what I guess this week does include a top 25 opponent in BYU squeaking in there later on down the road. But it's pretty light as far as those, I guess, supposed resume builders. So this is actually another question that we had from Larry. No, I'm sorry. This was Lawrence in the Matador Mob. Are we going to really need to be talking style points more than we're accustomed to if you're able to get wins? Is there going to need to be some extra icing on top for Texas Tech in order to really make an impression when it comes to the resume? I don't want to put a cart before a horse, so I just want to make sure we're hedging with win, priority number one, even if it's 1 point by any means. Yeah. But what do you think about the style points or resume building angle?
I'll take half a point wins. I don't care how you get to that point or how ugly it is. Just survive and advance. And as you were talking about that, because the next biggest game really that could cause a lot of natural big pub would be Arizona State. And how glorious would that be, by the way, if you play that one at 10 a.m. local time too for a big noon kickoff? Inject that into my veins if you're out there and you've got anything to say about that. Like I would ride that ride again. The conversation is fascinating because I've seen we've got our fans on RedRaidersports.com, and there's kind of like the Arizona State and Baylor game on Saturday night was a great example of what I'm about to get into. Who was everybody rooting for and why? Because you now have these two different paths you can take, which really it's kind of the same path, but they're very different. Some people are looking at it like I've heard, I want so-and-so to win because I want them to be the highest ranked or I want them to be undefeated when we play them, okay? Others have looked at it and going, anybody in your way to get to the conference championship game, I don't care who they are, who they're playing against, I want them to take as many L's as possible. I want some of these obstacles to be just eliminated. And you, as long as you win, because those are two very different things. Some people are in the mindset of, I want the best resume. I want to be the highest ranked. I want to beat the best teams. But you're all still pointing to Arlington. But some people are looking at it and maybe peeking ahead a little bit, going, well, this helps our seeding. Once we win the Big 12 title game, this would help your seeding and maybe allows you to host a playoff game or even get a bye now that we're in straight seeding model and it's not, the conference championships don't get the automatic bye and all that stuff. It's almost like they've kind of looked at it differently as opposed to just focused on Arlington. And I think those are very different, but the same thing. I'm more of the mindset of I want as many obstacles as eliminated from you as possible to get you to Arlington. Because at that point, you then control your destiny. You can control, and you know what? If you got to go on the road in the CFP in the first round, I'll allow it.
Yes,
I would love nothing more than to have a playoff game in Lubbock, Texas. That would be the city would burn. There would be lime scooters that do not survive that. There would be cars on Broadway that would be highly flammable. I get all that, but it's just about Arlington right now. And so because theoretically you want Arizona State to lose to TCU. I mean, I kind of wanted Baylor to beat Arizona State the other night. I mean, you need the Sun Devils like out of the way, and then you can, because I can't do anything about TCU, can't do anything about Baylor or Iowa State. So anyway, that's the way I view it. But to each his own. That's the beauty of a sport. We can all pick up.
Whoa. First, today's episode brought to you by Square. Your favorite neighborhood spots run on Square. There are certain businesses that truly make the neighborhood feel like home, whether it's the local sports bar, the coffee shop, or the corner store that's been serving your neighborhood for decades. These are the kind of places that bring people together. And when neighborhood businesses thrive, the whole neighborhood thrives. Square is a proud partner of more than 4 million neighborhood businesses around the world, including some local favorites in the 806 like Shadow Hills Golf Course, The Outdoor Chef, Quarter Ford, Lubbock Welding Supply, Sugar Bakers, and a whole lot more. You can go to square.com/go/lockedoncollege to learn more today. But before you do, go support your favorite local spot. Powered by Square. See you in the neighborhood.
Argument we want to, and go from there.
I mean, natural speculation, thinking about playoff seeding or resume building after any team starts 1-0 in league play. I think that's a natural time to definitely be considering that type of stuff. I think it has to do, obviously, with the opponent that you beat and the circumstance you did it in as to why you're dreaming so largely. Many weeks still between then and now, however. I think it's a worthwhile question because if you were interested in those types of things much further down the road, you would need a boost, I think, beyond just wins in the Big 12 Conference. But clearly just the path to Arlington doesn't matter. And I'm with you, Chris. Knock them down, get them out of the way by whatever means, get there, and then get in whatever form that takes. If you happen to win and blow everybody out, we're open to that also.
1,000%. I will tell you, I did I think, I don't know if this was even part of the conversation. Whenever on the third down, whenever Will Hammond dropped back and he threw that bad boy in the corner when you're already up 27-10, he threw that bad boy up in the corner with about 2 minutes left to Reggie Virgil. I thought about, you're just saying hello here. But again, you're on the 12, 15 yard line, somewhere around in there. So it wasn't like you're going deep, but I did think about that. Like, this is going to look a lot better than, and I think you've gotten a little credit there. But I just think if for all of this, the argument to be about the at-large argument, if that's what you're really focusing on, it's going to require you to be 11-1 or 12-0 in the title game to be able to lose it in advance, in my opinion. I may be wrong there. Maybe you can do 10-2 and then drop to 10-3 and still make it. I find that hard to believe based on the at-large and all that stuff. Notre Dame is definitely out of the way, but that's just how I was viewing it. So to each his own. Fun conversations to have, though.
Dream a little dream, right?
From here, it's possible. That's the rumor.
Thank you for spurring that on. Appreciate the text. Appreciate the time. As always, Chris, the insight as well. Enjoyed it, man, and we'll get back together for one more again. Mailbag mode is coming up next. Looking forward to it.
Mailbagging it next time. I like it. Send in some questions. We'll talk about all the things, and I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to kind of planning out a nothing weekend of watching everybody else get excited or lose, as it would be, and getting to pick, to who I want to root for or against, because I will be rooting for some and against others. So that's just the way this lovely thing goes.
That's right. Open weekend, idle weekend. Nothing can hurt us now, as long as we're minding our P's and Q's. Look out for those Bash Rip Rocks Penny Pints, boys. Let's take care of everything we need to take care of this weekend. For those that don't know, that's a reference from 25 years ago. Okay, thank you so much for your time. Get subscribed on YouTube or anywhere you get podcasts so you never miss an episode. And, of course, thank you to the everydayers for always being out there in the Matador Mob. Hit our show notes and find a link to a free 14-day trial. If you're interested in joining that crew, that's your direct line to Chris and myself with one-on-one text sent straight to your phone. For Chris, I'm Casey. Thanks, as always, for the time, and we hope to see you back for the next round on Locked On Texas Tech.